They brought me some Turkish tea and a chair. I was like, no thank you, I want to keep lying on the ground. Dude, they're so good to me in Turkey. Okay, 10 out of 10, do not recommend coming here with your motorcycle boots because you need really hiking boots. And 10 out of 10, don't recommend with a backpack. Earthlings. It's November 8th, 2024, and we are leaving Pamukkale today. I don't know where we're going, but I think we're heading south. Let's go. Okay, so how did Crystal get to the dried mineral pools yesterday? Well, she walked along this road, and she was just gonna go for a hike, but she noticed there's a tiny window right there, and I wanted to hop through that window, but in order to get there, you have to walk all the way around the mountain, and then go through this way to get to these isolated dried mineral pools. And it was much better for me because I really don't like crowds, and it's actually kind of dangerous. Like, if you weren't paying attention, you could probably slip and fall like 20 feet, and I was definitely scared, but it was worth it to me. So that's how I did it. Alright, it's lunchtime, so I stopped by Safak Lokantasi and I got green beans and rice. Dude, so I was laying on the ground and I was using the curb as my pillow, and I must have been laying there for like 20 minutes, and then these guys are so nice to me. They brought me some Turkish tea and a chair. I was like, no thank you, I want to keep lying on the ground. Dude, they're so good to me in Turkey. Hella cute. I was taking a picture with this mosque and this couple pulled over, and I had seen them from the last gas station I rode at maybe like 30 minutes ago. I think we were going the same way, and they don't speak any English, I don't speak any Turkish, and we use Google Translate. And I told them a little about myself, and they invited me into their home, and I was like, I really want to go to Fethiye. And they understood. I used a bit of English and like hands and names and stuff. But they were super sweet. They invited me to stay with them. We were like laughing, and they're like, oh, hotel. And I was like, no, camping. And they asked me, like, they spoke Turkish into my phone, like, oh, aren't you afraid? And I was like, yeah, I just put my earplugs in. I hope I wake up the next morning. And then they're like laughing. They're so cute. They're so sweet. But when I'm set on going somewhere and being somewhere, it's kind of hard to change my mind. And yeah, so that was a really cute interaction. Alright, Crystal got dinner in the town of Fethiye, and I had Pakistani food for the first time, so I decided to camp. I don't really want to stay in a hostel. And how does Crystal deal with the lack of water? Well, I look for fountains, so here is one right here, and I've already brushed my teeth and I'm doing my skincare routine right now. And I'm gonna do all this before I find a camping spot. I don't know where I'm staying yet, but I think there's some forests in this area. I'm at the turnout of a road. It's pretty dark and I feel safe. I just hear water. There's nobody out here. So that tells me that it's gonna be a quiet night. Okay, Crystal made it to the village of Kayakoy. I'm in my tent and I found a parking lot. Actually, it's a abandoned football field, but there's other cars here, so this is my spot for the night. Okay, good night. It would have started to be a better morning if this dog didn't pee on my tent. Ugh. I was just trying to have a slow morning and a stray dog came up to me and was like a little timid, smelling me, and I was like, hello, it's okay, good morning. And then it proceeded to pee on the corner of my tent. And I used what little water I have, my scarce water, to wash it off. So I have to wait until this dog pee comes off. And I know some of it dripped down there, and dude, it's so freaking gross. That's okay. I know it's gonna rain eventually the next time in a few months on my journey, so that'll wash it off. But ew! Gross, 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 gross. Okay, let's start over. Good meowing, beautiful Earthlings. It's November 9th, 2024, and I am in the village of Kayakoy. I camped in this abandoned football that has become a parking lot field thing. And I had a pretty peaceful night other than the dog peeing on my tent this morning. And what I did, I found a water fountain and I picked up my tent and walked a block, washed it off, and brought it back. So I feel much better. At least the pee is sort of washed off. There's probably a smell that dogs can still smell, but whatever. So Kayakoy is a village known for its stone ruins, and you can see some of it right here. And why are they in ruins? So during the dissolution of the Ottoman Empire, there was an agreement that said this was based on religion, all the Greeks residing in Turkey had to go back to Greece, and all the Turkish folk residing in Greece had to go back to Turkey. And this was one of the Greek villages, and since then it's been abandoned. So we're gonna explore that today, and I'm gonna pack my stuff, go on a hike. I was just riding around to see where exactly the entrance is, and look what I came upon. So this is what Kayakoy looks like, just cast along this beautiful mountainside. Can you imagine that this was a once thriving village? It's quite beautiful. And over this fence, it looks like they're setting up for a wedding. I just waved at that guy. It's very beautiful. They have white chairs and then like a little archway, and then they have this as the backdrop. That would be very beautiful as a bride, right? We're in the ruins of Kayakoy, and it's kind of difficult to walk through. It's literally like a hike. So the houses are spread out as you get further away from the center, and like this is a pathway, but you literally have to climb vertically right there, and these boots are not it. So these houses are made of stone and rock, and the foundation's still standing. It's pretty impressive. So let me show you these other ones. I mean, look at these pathways. There wasn't any paved sidewalk back then 100, 200, 300 years ago when these were built. So this is what we have to work with. Okay, I'm gonna use this for stability. That's good. Yes. Okay. If we look through here, and this is someone's house back then. There's not much left other than the walls. Like all the, I'm assuming, wood or terracotta roof is gone now. Alright, we came up that path right here to this giant stoned building, and we found a little hidey hole. So there's a little step here, and let's see if we can get through. Okay, 10 out of 10, do not recommend coming here with your motorcycle boots because you need really hiking boots. And 10 out of 10, don't recommend with a backpack. 10 out of 10. Oh my gosh, okay, we're in. Okay. I mean, it's very peaceful. There's a tree growing right here. Whew. Maybe that's where you put a candle. Did they even have candles back then? Whew. Okay, we made it. How's this for a view? Okay, Crystal made it to Oludeniz, which is a very small village, and it's known for its beautiful beach. However, they charge parking there, so I rode all the way to the end of the road, and there's a camping spot there, like a paid camping spot, and I'm not gonna figure out where I'm gonna stay yet. They're still stunning. So I rode back here, and this is what this blue lagoon looks like. There's some boats here all along this dock, and there's a bunch of paragliders. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 further down, and they're just floating. There's some folks fishing. The water's very pretty. It's very turquoisey. It's very peaceful here as you get away from the main beach area over there.